WrestleMania 41 has a little bit of a main event problem. And in today's video, we're going to talk about it. Yo, what is going on, guys? Yes, WrestleMania 41 is having a really bad but good main event problem. It's actually not the worst thing in the world. In fact, I think it's a great problem to have, if I'm being quite honest. But the problem here is the main event. And while we know the WrestleMania Night 2 main event, we still have yet to find out about the WrestleMania Night 1 main event. Now, I will say this. You can make an argument that all three of these matches that I am about to talk about have a very good chance at main eventing Night 1 of WrestleMania. They all make sense. So without further ado, let's just talk about them. And first things first, I want to kick off with Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Io Sky. I'm not going to lie, you can make a very strong argument that these women have done more than enough to be able to go out there and main event Night 1 of WrestleMania 41. If you look at the build so far, keep in mind, this match has yet to even be announced, and you know the direction that WWE is actually heading, and you know the importance that all three of these women have. And in fact, we actually seen it on Monday Night Raw, which took place on Monday, where we had a segment between Bianca Belair, Io Sky, and Rhea Ripley. Now, in that segment, it was mainly targeted around Bianca and Rhea. As you guys remember from when Io won the championship, Bianca Belair came out, and she actually she helped Io Sky technically pick up the win, which ultimately led to Io Sky winning the Women's World Championship. Great stuff. But in that segment, they came out there, Bianca, Rhea, they went head-to-head with one another. But overall, they were in the ring while Io Sky was there, and they were kind of undermining everything that Io did, which Io didn't like that at all. In fact, she got in the way of the both of them, as each time she would go and try to talk to either person, she would just kind of get shoved away, kind of undermining Io and thinking that she's not a real threat, which that is not true at all. Obviously, we as fans know that Io Sky is the real deal. But this match, if it does take place in this fashion, can easily be argued as a WrestleMania 41 Night 1 contender to potentially main event. You know the match is going to be stellar. If you guys ever watched NXT, you know Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair have been great opponents. You know the things that Io Sky can do. She's a women's world champion, for Christ's sake, and you know the things that she's done. So you know that that match is going to be stellar, and they're fan favorites. That's the number one thing, is they can put, quote unquote, asses in seats. In WWE's world, they love that. You know, Rhea Ripley has been a person that has been able to target a specific audience and has done a phenomenal job at it, no pun intended. Bianca Belair is another person who women across the globe are obsessed with and love. So you know that they have a very good argument to potentially main event Night 1 at WrestleMania 41. So let's go ahead and let's talk about the next thing that could potentially main event WrestleMania 41. Now, this one, in my eyes, makes the most sense, if I'm being quite honest. The reason why I say this one makes the most sense is, well, this guy won the Royal Rumble, and who is that person that I'm talking about? Well, it's no other than Jey Uso. Yes, as you guys know, Jey Uso won the opportunity to go face Gunther at WrestleMania 41 for the World Heavyweight Championship. And on top of that, it's always been said that the winner of the Royal Rumble goes on to main event WrestleMania. Now, WWE over the years has told us that, hey, just because we're saying you're main eventing doesn't actually mean you're main eventing, which in my eyes is personally a problem. I actually hate that that's even a thing. I hate that WWE does that, because no, the Royal Rumble winner should go on in main event WrestleMania. I think that's very easy. That's what they sell us. Now, Jey Uso, as you guys know, has been one of the hottest, if not the hottest superstar in WWE. The guy is scorching fire right now. He makes the most sense. This guy is scorching hot. The crowd loves him. The little kids, they love him. I mean, he is a great person to go out and potentially main event WrestleMania. He's done it before. He did it alongside his brother when he faced Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. So you know that this guy can tell great stories. Now, the argument that people are making is that his story with Gunther right now, where we are at with WrestleMania, doesn't necessarily make the most sense, which that's a very fair argument, I would say, because right now the build has been a little lackluster. Gunther's not really taking Jay serious. He's undermining Jay a little bit. Now, I will say this, Gunther, I think, needs to be a part of a WrestleMania main event. Obviously, we know how good Gunther is at professional wrestling. We know this guy is talented. WWE has told us numerous times that's why he's our world champion. So you can make a very, very strong argument that Gunther should and Jay should main event WrestleMania 41. And it's not to say that their build has been weak, because truth be told, it hasn't. I actually think the build has been somewhat good, just a little bit overwhelming, like I said, but we still have time before WrestleMania for that to pick up. And I think as time goes on, you're going to see these builds all start to pick back up. Now, like I said before a minute ago, Rhea, Bianca, Io is not confirmed, but Jay and Gunther are 1000% confirmed. They are in a match at WrestleMania. We do not know the slot yet, but we do know that John Cena and Cody Rhodes on night 2 will main event. WWE has made that very clear. They haven't fully said like, oh yes, this is main eventing night 2, but I think we can all speculate and we all know. So it's kind of weird that we're having this problem with night 1. But like I said, it's not a bad problem to have. It's actually a real good problem, because that just means your card's going to be stacked. And, you know, whether or not these things take place on night 1 or night 2, nobody really knows. WWE, you can make a strong argument, should have Jay and Gunther go out and main event night 1 at WrestleMania. So let's lead into the next one. Yes. We all seen what took place on Monday night between Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and CM Punk. We know their story. We know their history. Should they main event night 1 of WrestleMania? And I'm going to go out and give my personal opinion and say yes. I believe that this is 1000% your night 1 main event. Hands down. I understand that Jay won the Royal Rumble. If you want, I would have him kick the show off to really set the tone for WrestleMania. But night 1, the ending, the closing needs to have something to do with CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. These guys have been the absolute backbone of your company, especially over the last 2 years. These guys have done everything to make your company as hot as it is with the storytelling that they've done. Roman being the top guy, CM Punk being another top guy, Seth Rollins being another top guy. It is not often where WWE is put in a position where they have spots like this, where you have 3 top guys in the same storyline without a championship. It is not often that happens. And to make things even better, you have Paul Heyman involved, and Paul Heyman is astounding across the board. And you know whatever the finish is going to look like is going to involve Paul Heyman in some degree. So you can make a very, very strong argument that these guys, Seth, Punk, Rollins, should be main eventing night 1. Their stories and the way that they have crossed paths makes more sense to me than anything on this planet. I believe that this would be the smartest decision that WWE could personally make. I don't think you can go wrong in this. I really don't. If I'm being quite honest, I actually think this would be the right decision. The past between Seth and Punk and everything that they've been doing on Netflix has been astounding. And everything with Roman and Seth and that storied past with the Shield and last year's WrestleMania, or with Roman and Punk with Paul Heyman and how he is owed a favor by Paul Heyman and the way he was helping CM Punk up. I mean, there are just so many underlining factors that make this match, number 1, must see. You must see this kind of match because you want to know what is going to take place. Those other 2 matches that I talked about, they are great, but they don't feel must see. This feels like a must see scenario. These are the backbone of your company. These are the guys who are really putting on for the things that you do. WWE, Triple H, whoever, they know that this is what they want. They know it's what the fans want. And they told us, we seen it on Monday. This is 1000% what the fans want. There's nothing else. Again, you can make a strong argument for the other 2 matches, but this right here is 1000% the match that you go with to really make that night 1 and sell it. Because if you want to go out and sell ticket packages and things of that nature, you have to make sure that both main events equal out to something special. They did it last year with The Rock and Roman Reigns and Seth and Cody. That was a great night 1 main event. It was. Let's be real here. We got to see The Rock. We got to see Roman, Cody, Seth. We got to see all that. It was amazing. WWE did the right thing. Now, again, they have another opportunity to do so. You have Punk main event WrestleMania, and which is something he has wanted to do. Now, granted, he's wanted to do it with the title. Again, the story is sometimes better and bigger than the title, and this is just another example of that. So, me personally, I love it. I think it is a phenomenal idea, no pun intended. And I think that that should be your night one main event. But ultimately, I'm going to leave that up to you guys to decide. What do you think should main event night one of WrestleMania? You guys can let me know down in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video today, definitely be sure to like this video, and also be sure to subscribe to the channel. I have a Twitter, I have a Twitch, I have a TikTok, I have a Discord, all linked down below for you guys. But other than that, I want to say that that is all I have today. And me and my good friend Ango will be live at noon to talk about NXT. So I'll be talking to you guys then. Peace.